Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be doing Dance Moms dances that should not have won. For the most part these are all group dances because most of the solos that I think shouldn't have won were up against other solos, so I would have mentioned them in my Dance Moms dances that should have won videos, so if you're curious about that, go watch those. And without further ado, let's get into it. So the first dance I have is season 2 episode 19, which is All Kids Go. I feel like this may be an unpopular opinion, but I personally did not like this dance at all. I thought that it was very boring. There wasn't really anything in it. The only part where I felt like there was something in it was when Brooke was on the ground doing all of her, as Kathy liked to say, inchworm stuff, and like rolling around on the floor and doing all her chest stands and stuff like that. Other than that, I honestly think I could have performed this dance, and it may have just been some of the camera angles, because other than that, I really didn't see anything good with this dance. And I also hated the fact that they were wearing unitards, because unitards are just ugly. I don't know why the girls were in them. In my opinion, they should all be burned. So next up, the next two are kind of similar, so I'm just going to talk about them together. They are Perfect Day for Fun from Season 2, Episode 25, and Goody Goody from Season 3, Episode 1. So these are both Mackenzie's solos, and they both had good elements to them, but obviously she forgot, and I feel that you could very obviously tell that she forgot. She didn't just like forget and keep dancing seamlessly. You could tell that she forgot. It was very obvious. And I mean, she's 8 years old. She's learning dances in like 2 hours. Of course she's gonna forget one from time to time. I mean, I'd probably still forget one at my age. And yeah, other than that, sorry if you can hear my dog barking, she like got up. We have like 2 sets of stairs, and one has like 15 stairs and the other one has 2. She got up like the first 15, but she refuses to go up the other 2. I don't know why, so if you hear her barking, just try to ignore it. Anyways, but obviously she forgot part of each dance, and especially with Goody Goody, I feel like she didn't really like pick up and recover from her forgetting. Okay, sorry, I think my dog has figured out how to go upstairs now. So she didn't really recover from forgetting in Goody Goody. I feel like she was just kind of dancing, but I feel like she had no idea what was going on next, whereas Perfect Day for Fun, I feel like she forgot and then she remembered it and picked up where she left off. Maybe she hasn't figured out how to go upstairs. I don't know what she's doing. But anyways, so next from Season 3, Episode 3, we have Red Carpet Special. Now this was the group dance after they had come back from being replaced. And yeah, I just didn't really care for this dance. I feel like there weren't a lot of unison moments, and Abby was like, there's too many people in the dance, so we have to take out Brooke and we have to take out Mackenzie. But I still kind of felt like there was a lot of people. I mean, there was 7? No, 6? 6 or 7. But it still felt like a lot, and especially to not have any unison moments just didn't feel good. And they had a lot of jazz dances at this point because they were a lot younger, and out of all of their jazz dances, I feel like this was very, very weak for their jazz dances. And also the carpet, like I didn't like, obviously I get that it's called Red Carpet Special, but like the carpet didn't do anything. It just made more of a hassle than it really was. Like if they didn't have the carpet, I don't think it would have affected the dance at all. I feel like the dance would have been basically the exact same thing, just without the hassle of Mackenzie rolling it out and the carpet getting all wrinkled. Because I don't know how Abby thought that the carpet wasn't going to get all wrinkled up, because, hello, they're going to be stepping on it and dancing on it, unless it's like pulled tight on either end. It's going to get wrinkled and going to get messed up. But, you know, Abby and her props. And then next from Season 3, Episode 9, we have Beautiful Day, which I feel like everyone knows that this dance shouldn't have won. I don't know how this dance won. A, they're wearing dance wear. They're not even wearing costume. B, they are just doing like their own little improv sections. Like as Christy said in her video, it kind of felt like they were doing across the floors at like a big dance convention. And like there were some unison parts, but for the most part it was all improv because, you know, it was an improv dance. They didn't have a dance. But it definitely could have been better regardless of that, because I feel like they could have probably learned to dance a lot faster. I feel like Abby was just like, hey, you're gonna do this because I'm mad, and there you go. And I feel like if she had taken maybe, I don't know, an hour, they could have had a better dance than that, but obviously she didn't care. And then next from season 3, episode 12, Broadway Blondes. Now this one I feel like may be an unpopular opinion, but the only things I don't like about Broadway Blondes is the costumes, because they are completely inappropriate. They look like they belong in like 27-year-olds in Las Vegas, not 12-year-olds at a dance competition. And the song is also terrible. I feel like if those two things were changed, this would be like a top tier dance. Like, it would be phenomenal. They had great energy. They had great, like, unison moments. I thought it was spectacular. It's literally just the costume and the music that I hate. Other than that, loved the dance. Thought it was great. But for that reason, I did demote it. Please don't hate me. And then next from season 4, episode 8 is Yum Yum. Now this dance, I hate this dance. I hate this dance so much. And my mom, whenever we watch Dance Moms together, she's always like, oh, can we watch the Yum Yum episode? She loves this dance, and I absolutely hate it. The song is so annoying. I feel like there's not even any, like, a lot of dancing in it. I feel like it's just a lot of, like, poses and walking around. And the fact that they got first and all of the, like, groups and solos and everything were combined, like, the fact that they beat Confessions, pardon? Even though that wasn't Maddie and Chloe's strongest duet, it definitely should have beat Yum Yum. And also Down to the River should have beat Yum Yum. 1,000,000%. Not even a doubt in my mind. I know I kind of touched on these two before, but I'm gonna touch on it again because I hate this dance. It was so dumb. It's literally so dumb. Unpopular opinion, maybe. I don't know. I know my mom always disagrees with me on that. And then next from season 4, episode 26, we have Tribal Council. Now, aside from the fact that this is stereotypical and, you know, a little bit racist, we're not going to get into that, because if we did a video on that, we'd be here all day. We're just going to talk about the fact that Nia was supposed to be the lead in this dance, and she was in the back for 90% of the dance. Like, what? If you're the lead, you should be in the front and center. Nia was almost in the back for the entire dance, which did not make any sense. If you're the star of the dance, you should be in the front, not in the back. And everything that, like, Maddie was doing, because obviously Maddie was in the front, not her fault, she didn't choreograph it, but whatever. Everything that Maddie was doing in the front, Nia could have done. It's not like Maddie was doing, like, 27 turns and Nia couldn't do turns, which, I mean, she could. She just couldn't do as many as Maddie. She was in the back. Like, there was one part where they're all, like, on the drum, they're, like, just doing this. Nia could do that. Hell, I just did it. Nia could have done it, and I just don't understand why Abby always has other people being the leads. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my dogs. Why Abby always has other people being the leads, but she doesn't put them in the front and center. If you are the lead, you should be in the front and center. Especially with Nia, I feel like she makes her the lead and then sticks her in the back. Like, what's the point of even making her the lead? Just have Maddie be the lead anyways. I feel like it was really apparent in this dance, but it also happened in, like, Rosa Parks, Free the People. This is not Nia being the lead, but Lift You Up with Peyton. But they did also have some moments where they were still in the front, but I feel like this one, I think Nia was in the front for maybe 25 seconds of the 2-minute dance. Which is ridiculous. Again, she's the lead. And then next from season 4, episode 28, I have The 7 Dancers. Now this song was annoying as heck. I think we all can agree on that. Also, they didn't really have a lot of, like, choreography in it, and a lot of people on the show are like, oh, well, it's musical theater. Musical theater doesn't have a lot of choreography in it, which I disagree with. I feel like you can definitely have a musical theater dance with lots of choreography in it. We've seen it on the show before with like Born to Sing, which was Chloe's solo, Star of the Show, which was Maddie's solo. What else? Always a Bridesmaid. That has a lot of choreography in it, so I don't know what they're talking about. But they were like, oh yeah, musical theater doesn't have a lot of choreography. It can if you choreograph it properly, but this one didn't. And also all of the names being like rude things to the girls, I didn't like that. The fact that Chloe's was shady, Kendall's was slouchy. What was Mackenzie's? Mackenzie's was like sleepy. I don't remember, but they were all like digs towards the girls, which is just annoying. But you know, Abby just has to be a jerk. And then next from season 5, episode 1, we have Freak Show. I didn't really like this dance. I feel like the Freak Show concept would have been a lot better if they had like, I don't know, like 10 or like 11 people, like more than 5. And the fact that Abby made Maddie and Kendall conjoined twins, that even more ruined it, because essentially now you only have 4 characters because 2 of them are twins, so they're like essentially the same person in that sense. And there weren't a lot of unison moments, and I feel like nobody really portrayed their character like super well. Like, I don't know how Kalani can portray a bearded lady that well in a freak show besides just having a beard, but I don't know. I feel like it could have definitely been much better. And also, I'm still kind of surprised to this day that Abby didn't just make Maddie like the ringleader or something like that. I'm surprised that she just gave her like a part with Kendall. But I'm also kind of happy because Maddie had 987 million lead roles, so for her to have an equal part with Kendall, it's good. Sorry. Next from season 5, episode 12, I have Get a Clue, which I feel like was really popular, but I honestly didn't like it that much. I feel like the props were hardly even used. They like brought them on and then like put them to the side, which I don't really get. If you have a prop, utilize it. Like, I get putting it down for like a minute, but pick it back up. They literally brought them out, put them down, and then I think Mackenzie went and grabbed her candlestick and then put that down, and there was nothing in it. Like, they didn't do anything with their props. They didn't like do a turn even with their prop or something like that. But, and also, I didn't understand, like, it was supposed to be, like, Clue the Game, and I didn't understand who was supposed to be. I think you're not supposed to say the words on YouTube, so we're just gonna do that. But yeah, I didn't understand who was supposed to be the one that... And, yeah, they should have had more to do with their props. I feel like it could have been a really good dance, but it was just poorly executed. And then up next from season 6, episode 4, we have Kendall's solo, All Eyes on Me. In my opinion, I know Kendall gets a lot of hate for this dance. First of all, she did not choreograph the dance. She just does the choreographed parts. It's not her fault that there's not a lot of choreography in it. Second, a lot of people were like, oh, this solo shows how much Kendall's regressed. Well, of course it's going to show that if all she does is, like, hit moves and poses. You're not going to be able to see her technique if she can't show it. But if you look at Kendall's other solos that were around the same time... Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my dog. I'm really just trying to ignore her, but she's really just annoying me, so I'm sorry. But if she's not given choreography, she can't show how good she is at dances, because there were other dances around this time that I thought were still good. So for people to be like, oh my god, she's regressed, she's terrible now, that's just ridiculous. But even still, I don't think it should have won, but I don't think it's Kendall's fault. I think it's Abby's fault because she choreographed it. Okay, sorry, I had to deal with my dog. So I'm picking up from where I left off, which was season 6, episode 9, Grifters, which was Nia and Kendall's duet. Now, originally it was Kendall and Kalani's duet, but Kalani had a bad back, so she was taken out of it, which totally is fair. But Nia came in, she really didn't get a chance to properly learn the dance, and there just was so many issues with timing. Again, I don't really think it's anyone's fault. I know Nia was like, oh my god, I feel terrible, which I totally get because I would feel terrible as well, but it's no one's fault. It was just kind of a situation that happened, like they didn't get enough time to learn the dance or practice the dance, and even if they did, they were up against Bryn and Maddie doing a lyrical duet, so I feel like either way, it was just set up that they were gonna lose. Even if Kalani had done the dance, even if Nia and Kendall had remembered everything, they were still set up to lose, and I feel like they knew that, and I feel that that also didn't help with their performance, because I feel that if you go into something knowing that it's gonna be terrible, it's probably gonna be terrible if you have that mindset. And not to say that they did or didn't try or anything, I think it was just a bad situation just waiting to happen, and obviously they performed and they forgot some steps and they had some timing issues, but again, they didn't have enough time to properly learn the dance, but they still shouldn't have won. And I know you're gonna say, oh well, they didn't win, Bryn and Maddie beat them, but they won in the teen category. They did not win overall, so I'm still counting that. So yeah. And then next, there's only a few more. From season 6, episode 12, we have Ease On Down the Boulevard. Now this was literally a commercial. This was literally just a commercial filmed as a dance, choreographed as a dance. There was hardly any unison moments. They literally scream ALDCLA, which you're not apparently supposed to have like any logos or like designs on your costumes to say what studio you're from. So how are you able to just scream your studio's name like 18 times in your dance? Is it because it's fake? Is that why? I think so. But yeah, it was literally just a commercial, no shade. Just wasn't good. It was just a commercial. If Abby would have spent like 30 minutes on it, it probably would have been better. Okay, my dog like will not cooperate, so I'm just gonna try to finish this quickly. Next from season 7, episode 16, we have Food for Thought, which was the dance where Abby's boy toy, as the girls like to say, wrote the song and then Abby choreographed it. It felt like it was a contemporary dance over a rap song. Like, I feel like if they had done it as like hip-hop, it would have been better, but they literally did contemporary. Also, I didn't get the costumes. I understood they were supposed to be animals, and I got that. Why did they have white shirts on? It felt like they were animals trying to cosplay as people. I didn't like that. And also, the song was just not a good choice for this choreography. Again, if they would have done a hip-hop routine, I feel like that would have been much better. But that's about that. And then next we got I Got No Fear, which was season 7, episode 20, which was Cameron and Kalani's duet. They weren't really... Now, everyone like freaked out. They were like, oh my god, Cameron like ruined the duet. I rewatched it. I didn't think that she like did anything wrong. Like, it wasn't like she forgot the whole dance or anything. I just feel like they had no like chemistry or no cohesiveness. They were kind of just like dancing side by side. It didn't feel like a piece that I wanted to watch. It just kind of felt like they were just two people on stage dancing together versus a duet where I feel like there should be unison moments and like solo moments and partner work. It just kind of felt like they were just on stage together. That was it. But I don't think Cameron ruined the whole dance like everyone was trying to say. It was literally just not the greatest. Okay, so next from season 8, episode 4, we have The Healer, which was the dance where Lily did a side aerial and fell. But even still, I just didn't really like this dance. I didn't think that they were that together or really even had that much emotion in the dance, and then Lily fell and I was like, okay, well, this dance is just not very good. So again, just wasn't really a big fan of wasn't a big fan of the dance, and then Lily fell, so it was like, alright, just done, gone. And then lastly, from season 8, episode 13, we have The Chosen One. Now this dance I really didn't get. I thought it was weird. I didn't understand if they were like farmers trying to seduce, I think it was Lily, trying to seduce Lily to like join their side, which a lot of people are gonna think like seduce is being, you know, promiscuous, but I'm literally just trying to say is like trying to get her onto their side, because they all like hold up papers and then it says Lily is the one, but then she dies. Like, I did not understand the story. Maybe I could have went back and looked at it, but if you're a judge, you don't get to know the story. You just have to understand the story from the piece. So I don't know if someone could explain it to me down below, because I really didn't understand it. And I also didn't understand why they were farmers, but maybe that also had to do with the piece that I didn't understand. But otherwise, that is everything for today of my Dance Moms dances that should not have won. Starting next week, I'm going to be ranking the group dances per season. So look forward to that. And if you have any other video suggestions, please comment them down below. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.